I'm gonna show you how I cook my pork chops in the oven. I'm gonna show you how to quickly brine and then put these things in the oven. They're awesome. As you can see, my presentation here in the front, and this butter right here from HEB is great. First, what I do, I take my pork chops, and what I do, I slice them a little bit. As you can see, I'm slicing there. That's so that the brine could get in, because I'm gonna brine these for about an hour. I'm not gonna brine them for long. If you're gonna brine them longer, you don't have to put these slices in it like this. So brining probably about 1 hour, or you could brine it up to 24 hours, no longer than 24 hours. As you can see, I sliced it there. So here's my brine. I'm gonna just take a teaspoon of salt. Then I'm gonna take a teaspoon of black pepper, and you can add more or less if you want. And the salt is the brining anyway. And then I'm gonna take some chopped onions, or you could put some fresh onions, however you want to do it. I'm just using what I got here at the house. And I also use some garlic powder with parsley. Just 1 tablespoon of that, and add me about 2 cups of water. And I got some soy sauce that I had left over from some Chinese food, so I'm adding about 2 teaspoons of soy sauce, and then you whisk this stuff up together. And you pour it in your little pan and you bring it to a boil. And I add a little bay leaves, or you can add whatever you want. It's however you want your brine. Then whisk it up together. Then when it comes to a boil, you can turn the water off. And I'm gonna go ahead and put my pork chops in this pan here. You see I was just slicing the little ends a little bit more. And to cool it off faster, just drop a little ice in it. You're gonna make the rub. What you want to do is take some Tony's, 1 teaspoon, and 1 teaspoon of brown sugar. You got your soy sauce, and then I got some oil here. You can use any oil you want. I use we had some avocado oil, and we just mixing it all up together. Brine has cooled down. We just pour it here on the pork chops, and make sure the pork chops are completely submerged. Like I said, I'm gonna do this for about an hour, and once it's submerged, I'm gonna put some foil or anything over it to cover it, and I'm gonna put it in the refrig for about an hour. And like I said, you could do it longer, or if you want. Then once you take it out, make sure you dry all the water off as you can, and get all the water out. And once you do that, you want to go ahead and get your rub, and make sure you rub it on both sides. And the brown sugar what gives it the flavor. Once you finish with the rub, you want to get your pan, just put some oil, just enough to cover the bottom of the frying pan. And when you put the pork chops in there, be careful, because this stuff I've been soaking in water and it tends to pop a lot. So be careful with that. And like I'm just searing it on both sides. That's it, probably 2-3 minutes. I got it on high on both sides. And then I'm gonna put it in the oven. I'm gonna wrap it up, put it in the oven. First I'm gonna put some more of my rubbing sauce on it. And the reason for I sear mine is just to get it a little brown on the outside to keep the juice inside of it. So you want to make sure you put the rub on both sides. And we're going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees, and we're going to cook these for approximately 30 minutes. You don't have to cook it longer than 30 minutes. It's probably done after 20-25 minutes, but I make sure my pork is completely done. And then I take some of that hot grease from the searing, and I pour it on there, and I wrap this thing up. And now we fit to put it in the oven 30 minutes. And I put a little water on the side just to keep it from sticking at the bottom. 30 minutes, 350 degrees is done. It's ready, and you can eat that thing right now. As you can see, I'm gonna just take mine out. And you probably seen there in the beginning that butter that I got from HEB. It's that garlic and herb butter. But I'm gonna put mine back into the pan right now because I want to broil mine a little bit. But you can eat it right now. You see, look how tender that is. And I eat my pork chops right away. I don't let them sit because they'll dry out. But then you put it in the oven for about 5 minutes, and I'm gonna cook my little sides right there. And we're ready to eat. Like everybody say, hey, let your food sit for 5-10 minutes. Man, I got to eat mine right away. Look at that. And that's my plate right there. I'd put mine on high and just brown the top of it to get a little crunch out of it. And the other two, I didn't put them back in the oven. I just left these as a presentation right here. These didn't go back in the oven for that 5 minutes. These are the ones that came out, and I put some of that butter right here, the garlic and herb. You can get this offline or H-E-B. But if this video helps, subscribe to my channel. Thank you and have a great day.